Thank you for staying with us. This is Good Morning Kenya, and we now get into our family segment. And today's conversation is quite controversial and very interesting at the same time. We will be talking about proposals, and the question we are asking is, should a lady propose to a man? You know, as a lady, would you be open to going down on one knee to propose to your boyfriend? And if you are a man, would you be open to your lady proposing marriage to you? That is the question we are asking today. And remember, our phone lines will be open within no time. You can get to talk to us. We have a WhatsApp line, and that is 0716-103-301. You can send your opinions on WhatsApp. You can get to call us if you want. You can do a video of yourself asking your question or commenting. We are open to that. The number is 0716-103-301. Let's get this show on the road. I have with me two ladies who are here to help us talk about this topic. On my immediate right, she's not new to our screens. That is Pastor Pearl Blessing. She is the director star with Pearl. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, and we have Nelly Mutai. Nelly Mutai is a multimedia creative and actress. Welcome to the show, Nelly.
Thank you.
All right, let's have this topic. It's an interesting one. I wish we had a gentleman on set, but today we decided let's just have the ladies and then the gentleman will call in. Okay. So let's first begin with the question. Just, it's a yes or no answer. Would you propose marriage to a man?
No.
Okay. Would you propose marriage to a man?
I had no.
I had no.
I had no.
Why not, though?
Okay. There's nothing wrong with proposing. It is not a sin. Let's go, even biblically, there's nothing that we can say it is a sin to propose to a man, even culturally, but morally. We know we are Africans. You know, we have modern days where we are today that we can say that nowadays you can say that things have changed and everybody can do it. We've been dating for long and we think time has come. Maybe you're not proactive. I arise and do it. That is something that can be said is done, but naturally it doesn't sound good. And you just imagine. I was talking to her and I said, can you imagine if your father knows that his son is being proposed by a woman? It's like that woman is weak. Is a weak man. Okay, maybe he has not said no. He has not relayed to propose, but you have taken it like, you are too late. Can I come in? Yeah. So it depends on how you take, but it is not a sin. There's nothing wrong with it. You cannot say that this is prohibited by any kind of law. It is not prohibited, but that emotional. The roles, gender roles, gender roles.
That are there.
According to me, that's my view.
Nelly, why would you not do it? You know, for you actually said it's a hard no. Like it's an outright no. Why not?
So for me, the act of a man going on his knees to propose is a message that I am willing to protect you, to provide for you, to lead you, you know. So I feel if a woman does it, then she's declaring that she is open to be a man in that relationship. That's why it's a hard no for me. I feel like as much as I am a modern woman, I am very much open to, you know, equal rights, you know, women doing things, leading and things like that. But when it comes to this marriage setup, I am very, very, very African and cultural.
It gives protection, kind of.
It does, but now, just as you've said, I mean, we live in modern times now. Dynamics have changed.
Yes.
So a lady, you know, we're talking about equality and equity, left, right, center, especially women. We're like, we need equal rights.
I know.
So why is it when it comes to such a role, you know, in proposing and whatnot, why is it becoming difficult? Because I mean, if we want to be equal in everything, and it's a relationship, so I can as well decide it's time for us to get married, so I can go down on my knees.
Let me refer. Let's say, for example, there's a case usually used in the Bible. There, a woman is like proposed to a man, and usually people say that the mother-in-law is the one who even taught her how to go and tune that man, kind of like it was. In fact, that was not a relationship that was on. You know, not like this one of dating. You have been dating, you are in a relationship, then you propose. But this one was there was nothing at all. There was nothing at all.
Yeah.
So this woman, what she did, she was told by the mother-in-law to go and cover his feet when he is drunk and lie there. Then when he wakes up, you know what this means. So we usually told that whoever finds a wife finds a good thing and finds favor before the Lord. And a woman should position herself to be found. So this woman positioned herself to be found. It would appear like a proposal, of course, because it's like you're not looking at you, like you don't see me. So she came and lied and covered the feet and lied there. So when she lied there, then that is exactly what happened. And of course, Boaz took the lead and it went up to, it was a normal marriage. But she took the woman started. So people will say, even Boaz, the wife of Boaz, he proposed, and she like was tuning the man. So I don't know how people will take it, but for me, naturally and culturally, there is a question mark. Yes.
Yeah, so what you're saying, you can throw hints.
Yes.
Like you can put yourself out there and throw the hints like, I think it's time and whatever, but not really taking that step to proposing.
Not only hints, I feel like it's something that people can have a conversation about. If you've been dating someone maybe 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and the man is not bringing up marriage, I feel like it's very okay to bring the conversation on the table. Like, when are we getting married? Is marriage something that you're open to? This is something that, and I feel like people should have this conversation way earlier into a relationship. But it's something that you can have a conversation about. But the actual act of going down on your knee, what if he says no? How will I live with myself?
Yeah, I can only imagine, you know, as a lady, you've asked that question and the guy says no, then what?
But I think there should be preparation. I don't think you can just do it. Because those people who have ever tried to go on their knees, you find that they look for friends, like how you plan a proposal. And maybe maybe it is a woman doesn't know, your friends know, you may go even to Mombasa, prepare something and play a game, and you come and do it, okay? So imagine a woman does all that. And maybe this guy was playing around.
Yeah.
It is better when a woman says no. It appears like it's normal for a woman to say no. But imagine if he says no.
Yeah. I actually had asked my fellow colleagues in the morning, you know, that's Victor, Mike and Hashim. So for Victor, he was kind of skeptical, but I know it's a no for him because the way I know him, as the low man that he is, it's a no for him, you know. But for Mike said outrightly, it's a no. For Hashim said, you know, we live in modern times, so I mean, why not? I think I'd be open to it. So 3, you know, 2 out of 3 said no, 1 said yes. So it's a possibility. There are men out here who really wouldn't mind. And then I asked Mike, you know, for him it's a no, yes. But this lady has said, has come and proposed, and for him it's an outright no. So what happens after that? And he said, relationship in Asia. So I'm like,
You know, men, what they like is that they have some kind of ego. They want to remain on the top. And not the people say that the man is the head and the woman is the neck. Even we are told that the woman should respect the man and the man should love the wife. So you find there's always, she's like in a position where he's low. So when you find that this woman has become stronger than me to the extent of proposing to me, you may have a second thought. But it depends, I think it depends on your upbringing. Maybe you have been brought up by your grandmother who was very strict. You will see, this one, no, when you run away. So I think it depends on upbringing and where, like modernization, she's saying about being a modern woman. You may want to be modern, but still your mind is still cultural. Depending on who brought you up.
True. But then probably, you know, I'm trying to be in the mind of a lady who's done that, because I'm sure you've gotten to see the videos of ladies doing that, you know. But then again, there's also content nowadays, so you're not sure if it's really real that they're proposing to their man or it's just content creation, you know. But then, you know, before a lady gets to that point, of course, this is a man they love, right? They've been in a relationship and they feel like this is the right man for me. You know, every box maybe just checks. It's just that this man is taking too long. You know, now maybe they've gotten to talk about marriage, because I doubt if you can just propose if you've never even talked about marriage. You don't know if this man is up for marriage. So what is the problem if I feel we've dated 3 years, come on, and we we know what we are dating towards. We have a plan, we have a goal, and the goal is marriage. So if you're taking too long, why can't I just pose the question?
And I also think if someone has dated you for 3 years and is not saying anything, of course you may go down and of course choose to propose. But also it's taking a lot of time. You know, let me tell you, there's a biological clock. Time is not waiting for you because you are still thinking, you're checking and checking whether she's brown or white or whatever it is. Time is going. So at this time, maybe if the dating was for 1 year, you should be having a child. And you are still dating for the 3rd year and 5th year. And maybe at last you will say, I think I was still thinking. That's a waste of time, value.
There's actually something that Nelly had mentioned off camera, whereby, you know, you'll see a couple, they've been in a relationship, not marriage, they've been dating for like 3 years, 4 years, but then they break up and the man meets another lady, and within a
6
year,
months.
they've married the lady.
Exactly. You know, this is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
The act of a woman going down on her knee and proposing is an act of desperation. There's no other word. Because let me tell you, if a man knows that he wants to be with you, he knows. It can take him 3 months, even 1 month, a year, but he knows, like, this is the person I choose. I choose Vivian. I want to be with her. I want to settle with her. No amount of you proposing and screaming and forcing can make a man want to commit if they do not want to commit. That's why I feel it's really important to let that role be taken up by a man. Let him know, like, this is my time. I am ready. I want to be with this woman. I want to transition this relationship from dating to marriage. But you bringing it up like that on the table, it will not work out. I'm a stand believer, it will not work out.
Is there a time frame, Pal, like in terms of how long you guys will date before now bringing marriage to the table? Is there a timeline? Because you're saying you're dating for 5 years. Like, what are you guys doing? So is there a time frame?
You know, real dating is when you are not. We know nowadays people say are dating, but they are living together. They call it moving on. They move in. They are living together, but they are not married.
We call it playing house.
You are being wasted because when you are in that relationship and you are living with him, you cannot have another man. You cannot have another woman. So you are bound. But you're bound with nothing. There's no value in what you're doing, and you are wasting time. And time is moving. And now with that, you say, okay, when we make decision to get married, we'll have children. And time is still going on. Then 5, you know, you wake up and you are together. And you think you are still together, but you're not married. He goes out there and finds someone he can marry. I tell you, you'll be shocked. Then why are you wasting your time? I think there should be a time frame, like, you tell yourself, okay, if this relationship I'm in within a year or 2 is not coming to marriage, I should not. Its time is value. I should drop and move on. Because why should you waste your time? Then you are waiting for him to say. He's not saying anything. So maybe he's comfortable in living like that. And he has a free wife. He has not paying dowry. So it becomes like freedom for him. But you know, unless we say that this is a cosmos, it's a cosmos platform. We are talking to everyone, all kind of people with different views. And of course, there are people who are right for proposing. If you feel you should propose, it's nothing wrong with that. It's not a sin. It is not a sin, and it's nothing. So long as your inner person feels good to propose, go ahead and do it.
Okay. Yes. And on that note, we do take a break. Don't you go too far. We'll be back to continue this conversation. And remember, we are taking in questions from you. So the number is 0716 103 301. You can call in live. You can send a WhatsApp message or video, and we'll get to sample your views as they come in. We take a break. We'll be back in a bit. And we are back. Thank you for staying with us. The conversation continues, and we've been joined by yet another lady. This is Jane Kimari. Jane Kimari is a counseling psychologist, and she said at least she'll help us try and understand the mindset behind, you know, a lady deciding I'm going to go down on one knee. Welcome to the show, Jane.
Thank you, Vivian.
You found us. We had already started.
Yes.
So I'll ask you the same question I asked them. Would you propose?
Personally, no.
Yeah.
But I understand if someone would. And I feel it's very important to note that proposing should not be from a point of trying to force issues, but it should be from a point of do you and the man share the same values? Do you understand the man? Because, you know, with our cultural background, first thing is, most men would find it emasculating if a woman proposes. But then with the younger generation, and if someone was brought up in a home that is open-minded, they might think it's romantic. So you have to understand your partner before you even get there. And ask yourself, genuinely ask yourself, how am I doing this? It should not be an issue of, I heard you guys talking about you've dated for 5 years, you feel like time is running, you want to, you know, close the deal. That should not be the reason you're proposing. But if genuinely you both feel you're at that place where you're ready to move into marriage and you know your partner and how you view things, it will not come off as if you're trying to bring in new dynamics, then go ahead.
Okay.
But if that's not the case, it will be a bit tricky. Yeah.
All right, we have our first caller calling all the way from Kilifi. If you can hear me, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm fine.
All right, so what's your question, or just what comments do you have on this particular conversation?
Good morning to you.
Yes, go ahead and ask your
I'm
question.
fine. All right, so what's your question, or I just want to contribute to the topic we are discussing about proposing.
Yes.
To me, I say no for a lady.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, I say no because according to our tradition, a lady should not go ahead to seek for marriage.
So according to you, it's a big no because our traditions do not say the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Even biblically,
Yeah.
Adam was given a wife, and he recognized the wife as a helper. Not Eve who recognized Adam. So the thing is this, Vivian.
Yes.
Our daughters who are coming up, they should know that they should not be disparate in being married by this man, because when you show a man you have that weak side, even if you get married by the way of proposing to that man, he can come and mistreat you and say you just came to him. He did not.
Okay. I hear you, Martha. Thank you so much for your contribution. You've heard what Martha said.
Yes.
You know, when you do that, sometimes it as they say, itakuramba, because, you know, like the man will
sound cheap.
according to what she's saying, that's what she's putting across. Like, the man won't really value you as much, because they'll be like, you're the one who asked me to. You asked for marriage. I wasn't really for it. Yeah.
Let me respond to what she said. Something she said that was very vocal. That maybe they sat down and they discussed.
Yeah.
And you have known that now he can propose anytime, so you choose to propose. But that may bring him down and change his attitude, depending on where he comes from.
Yeah.
You could have also you may feel that now, any time from now, it's time now. We need to get to marriage.
Okay. Let's get our second caller. We have Ian from Kisii. Ian, it's about time we hear from a man. So Ian, what are your comments on this?
Personally,
Yes.
Personally, I did that. I proposed a lady on my knees. Lakini aliniruka.
Okay.
Yeah, I did everything. I can Personally, I can discourage whoever is going to propose any lady or already proposing a man on knees.
So you went
At
on
the
your
end of the
knee
day-
and proposed to this lady and they said, apana.
She accepted, eh?
Uh-huh.
Ule ujinga ya Wakisii vile mimi ni Mkisii, I bought a car for her.
Yeah.
After buying her a car, kumbe she was after the car.
Ulimnunulia mpaka gari.
Nikamnunulia gari. KDA 372T.
How long had you guys been how long had yeah?
Like 2 years.
How you had been in a relationship for 2 years.
For 2 years, yeah.
Had you talked about marriage? Like unajua pia unaweza kuwa tu ulimshtua yako anajua kama mnaelekea marriage.
Sharing over that.
Yeah.
No, wacha niseme niko na sura personal maybe. That's the reason why she did that. But that's the reality. You know, these people with the sura personal, this is what wanna take advantage of us.
But
After
listen,
this
Ian.
everything, after buying that, after buying a vehicle for her,
Yeah.
from there akaniruka.
Now, Ian,
That's how it
Achukua
Yes.
pesa na akaruka.
wewe mwenyewe, if a lady proposes to you, would it be something you're open to? Wewe mwenyewe, if a lady proposes to you, is it something that uko sawa nayo ama what's your take on a lady proposing to you?
Inaishaikimbilia sana na ni kwa yote mbili.
Unaweza kimbia?
Naweza kubali sana.
Oh, unakubali. Oh, thank you. All right, that's a
If she proposes you,
Yeah.
be much sure that that person loves you.
okay.
Yeah, kabisa. But if you propose a girl, anakuangalia tu hivi anaona hii sura hata kutembea nayo kwa barabara ni ngumu.
Ian, we might need a picture of you.
At this point.
Kwa sababu surely ni kama utarecord video ututumie kwa WhatsApp number because you're really putting yourself down and I don't know why.
But that is the reality.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for your contribution. There's that perspective
Yeah, by the way.
where he says, for a woman to come and propose, for sure this woman loves you. So there's that other perspective of, for a man that feel, okay, actually yes, because this woman really loves me. What's your take?
Like I mentioned, it depends with the man's views, the personal views, because most of us here have argued from the cultural view,
Yeah.
which is, you know, we know men have been positioned to be the initiators. But then when now it comes to the personal beliefs, if someone doesn't have a problem with it, then it could work. Like for the gentleman, for him, he would view it as a true sign of, you know, love.
Yeah.
If someone can put themselves out there like that. So it depends. It's really context-based.
Yeah.
You have to understand who your partner is. And also, even yourself, you have to understand why you're doing it and for you not to attach your self-worth on the outcome.
Yeah.
Whether you're told yes or no, it should not, like if it's a no, it should not damage your self-image.
Yeah. And also feel he's speaking from the point of he's proposed before and he
Yeah.
was rejected.
He was
So of course
rejected.
he has a barrier.
Yeah.
So if a lady proposes, then
Yeah, because he's open.
pick it.
And I feel like Ian is also ready to commit. He's
Yeah.
ready for marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that aspect. I feel like he's ready. He really wants it.
It
that's
didn't
for
crush him. It didn't
Yeah,
crush him.
yeah.
Someone can do that and you say, I don't want to see any woman around me.
Yeah.
It crushes you inside. But for him, you can still move on.
yeah.
Maybe he didn't tell us maybe already he's married to another.
I think Ian is single.
Yeah, but because he said he would be open, you know.
Yeah.
I want to understand the psychological part of this, you know, being that you're a counseling psychologist, just to try and get the psychological. Okay, we have another caller and then we'll get to that. We have a caller from Olkalau. John, if you can hear me, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your take on our conversation?
Yes. Yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Go ahead, you can ask your question or
No, I have contribution. Oh, you know, as a lady, you should marry the man who loves you, not the man you love.
Okay.
true.
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yeah.
But if you should love should be both sides.
It's okay. Just ask him whatever question you want to ask. Go ahead, pal.
He's saying that you should be married by a man that
Loves
you, not the one
that
you
you
love.
Yes.
But how? Let's see.
Kindly
understand
explain further.
that. Yeah, because I don't know, you would be married by someone you don't love.
John? Oh, we've lost John. But that's a very... But I think I subscribe to that.
Hey, just
Or the
explain.
man should love you more.
No, yeah, I think
Why?
the man should love the woman more than the woman loves the man.
Yeah.
Why?
Even the Bible says respect the man.
Yeah,
and
I mean-
receive love from the man.
Yeah.
Even if we draw from the Bible says, men love your wife.
And wife respect.
Wife respect you.
Your husband.
So my job is not to love you really. It doesn't mean that I will not love you, but it is not my job to love
Yeah.
you. You have the job to love me. So that's why
chances of the relationship working, itakuwa more if the man loves you more. Yeah.
And then, you know, women are also emotional beings.
Yeah.
So picture yourself in a relationship where you're the one who really loves this man, but this man does not love you as much. Well, they're there, yes, they like you, but they're not really in... I think there's a difference between someone loving you and someone being in love with you. So probably you are head over heels in love with this man, but the man loves you. Well, ameona tu wife material and anakupenda tu because anasikia it's time, maybe anafa. Yeah, I think that's why I would say I'd rather a man who loves me more than I love them.
Yeah.
But it's open for conversation.
Okay. So you asked a question.
Yeah.
When it comes to companionship, there are some things that should be there. There should be mutual understanding, there should be respect, and there should be emotional safety. So already I can see wanting to be loved more, there is lack of the emotional safety.
Okay.
You feel like if you pour yourself out there, kitakuramba. Already that's the wrong place to start, because if genuinely this is where there is compatibility, the emotional safety should be there. You should not be worried, like I should give 20%, then he gives me 80%. You should just be willing to love. Right? Just love, and he loves you, and you meet in the middle, and it's somewhere you feel safe. If the safety is not there, already that's a red flag for you. If the respect is not there, and should be mutual. You know, also people are misguided because we are told we should respect the man and the man to love us. We think the man should not respect us. The respect should be mutual.
For sure.
Because we've seen couples where the woman is talked down to, and the man thinks it's okay because as long as he loves the woman, he doesn't have to show her respect. But we are grown, we all have a brain, we are grown-ups in this. The respect should be mutual.
Mutual, for sure.
And even just the companionship, you should both feel like I've met my partner. That's why I mentioned if those things are present and you understand each other's views on life and how you view things, you could propose. But then, if there is no mutual understanding on all those things, don't.
Okay, we have Willie. Willie from Narok. Willie, or Nelly, sorry. Nelly from Narok. Nelly, if you can hear us, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, ask your question or give us your contribution.
No, I just wanted to say, good morning.
Yes.
No, I just want to contribute. You're talking about marry a man who loves you or
who loves you more than you love them.
So kwangu, what I think about it is mwanamke anaweza learn kukupenda. But
yes, Nelly.
Lakini mwanaume hawezi learn kukupenda.
Okay.
So it's better for you to get married to a man who loves you. But hata kama umpendi, with time utampenda.
Get yourself into
And Nelly, wewe mwenyewe, would you propose to a man?
Haumpendi lakini you will learn to love.
Yeah, and would you propose, Nelly? Would you propose to a man?
No, hapana. Siwezi propose kwa sababu unaweza propose kwa mtu mwenye unampenda already. Na pengine hakupendi, hata kufrustrate.
Si ati hakupendi, si already in a relationship. You've been dating for 2 years, 3 years. You know, hata kuna ule Ian amecall na akasema mpaka alikuwa amenunulia the lady gari. Mtu kama huyo huwezi mproposia?
Hapana, siwezi.
Bado imekataa?
Hiyo hapana. Hiyo siwezi. Ngoja mpaka sile ata propose mwenyewe.
Okay. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's what we call gender roles, and we have to accept that however much we may want to become modern and accept the psychological part of it and everything, still we are Africans.
Yeah.
Okay, we are talking to everybody, but there's that culture, that feeling that, yeah, let the gender roles take their places. And also, as the other person who said about creation, God made a woman out of the rib of, as an helper. So if you surely are taking a position of an helper, no. Now, how do you come to start the project while you are helping? Because when you initiate, you become the leader. You take the leadership. Yeah, you are taking leadership in it. So it will depend. Like she said that there must be a discussion. But let me tell you, people in relationship and in dating, they usually have a two mind. Is it this way or is it this way? He's also checking someone somewhere. And am I trying to balance? Those things are there.
Okay, we have another caller. Let's get to listen to Lavenda from Kakamega. Lavenda, good morning.
Morning.
All right, give us your contribution or question.
Niko naona kwa marriage. Wacha mwanaume akupende. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Wacha mwanaume akupende lakini wewe usipende mwanaume.
Wow.
Sasa hiyo marriage inakuwa vipi kama wewe umpendi jamani?
Wacha nikwambie by the way. Niko kwa marriage nyingine. Ambaye nilipenda mwanaume kupita kiasi.
Yeah.
Imagine hiyo marriage haiwezi. Kwa sababu uelewe huyu mtu anapanga nini ama anafanya nini. To make the matter worse, anakudanganya. Enda ushago.
Yeah.
Enda ushago ile unajipenda keza kwa mama yake, unaeka life iko poa. Unafanya kila kitu kwa sababu umempenda. Unafanya anything yenye anataka. Imagine to make the matter worse, huyo mtu anakubreak.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. But sasa wewe, would you propose to a man who's good to you and loves you? Okay, ameenda.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Some of these topics become quite something, you know?
Yeah.
I want to read some of the messages coming in via our WhatsApp line. Remember, you can also send your messages via WhatsApp. That is 0716-103-301. And there's someone who's saying, Naitwa Washuka from Kisasi, let whoever does it do it na kazi iendelee. Like mwenye tu ana feel it's time. Mwache ku complicate vitu ati nani anafaa propose wa kwanza. So according to Washuka, it's whoever feels it's time, let them just ask the question. There's someone else who's saying, my name is Faith. Let's say a woman proposes, for example, when it comes to a time for Rurashio or pre-wedding. In our African setting, will the lady's family now come in to say we want your son's hand in marriage? It's crazy if you think about it.
For real. Because it was the issue of dowry. It's the man who comes to the lady's home and says, I've identified a woman here, I will want this. So what happens now?
Yeah. Ama sinaweza kwa siri yenu. Kila mtu anataka kujua.
Utalipa dowry sasa.
Video evidence to propose.
There's another one who say, good morning, I'm 35 years old. Can I get someone to propose to me? Okay.
Is he a man already? He's a man.
That's a man.
Oh, he's a man.
All right. So there's another one here. If that is the case, for a man to love you, let him propose to women, not women propose to men.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one who says, since my lady rejected my proposal cause ya sura ni sawa tu mimi pia.
That's Ian.
That has to be Ian. And that one last question right here, or comment. My name is Faith. Let's say a woman proposes, for example, okay, that's the one I had read. Dennis from Voi. There's nothing inherently wrong for a woman to propose marriage. It's a matter of personal preference and evolving societal norms, and the focus should be on the couple's happiness and shared decision.
Yes.
That's a good
Dennis
way to.
understands.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed by men that are open-minded about it.
Yeah.
Like getting it, hearing from the view of a man, like they're open-minded and they're okay with it. It's really nice and refreshing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, we have to remember right now, like I mentioned, we keep arguing from the culture, like who's going to go pay dowry and all that.
Yeah.
But you have to be realistic. Right now, people have evolved. Even when it comes to providing, there are homes where people are doing 50-50. But sometimes you might find, because the man, maybe the job, you know, they lost their job, the man stays at home, the woman provides, and they're happy as long as they understand how they're doing it. So in the same context, if there's an understanding, a woman could propose and they still be happy. It doesn't have to be put out there because they're not trying to change views.
Okay, let's take another caller. Calling in from Makueni. Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Kindly give us your comment on this conversation that we're having.
I just wanted to comment a little bit about it. You see, the issue here is both should have should sit down and deliberate on the issues of love.
Kindly, we can hear you. Continue. Usijisikize.
Yes. Now, sasa. Yeah, and both the parties should talk. Should be truthful to each other. And the issue.
Wacha kujisikiliza tafadhali. We can hear you. Just go on.
Yes.
Huyo anajisikiliza jamani. We can hear you. So usijisikilize, tunakusikia tu. Just ask your question. We can hear you. Usitake kujisikiliza ukiongea. Yeah, just mute your TV when you call so that we can be able to converse properly. There's a message here that has come in saying, honestly, naona watu wengi wanaopiga simu wametendwa ama ndoa zao haziko vizuri. But for me, it should be mutual. Kwa sababu pia mjue kuna wanaume who are shy and take a lot of time to face their feelings.
Yeah,
that is also a good perspective. What do you think about that?
Oh, but it's true. Kuna some men that are slow when it comes to getting hints, like it is time. And I also feel like some men also fear commitment. Like he doesn't necessarily doesn't want to marry you, but he's just like afraid of the title. Like now it's marriage. It sounds serious. It's new. So I feel this is where, like I said in earlier, you should have a conversation. Like, let's talk about it. Is marriage something you're open to? Is this something that you want to do? But not taking initiative and asking the person.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. What's this psychological, idea behind all this? Is there something that explains, a lady coming to a point where now they are proposing, and a man also being open to that, given that that's not our norm really, but times are changing, yes. But just maybe, what's the reason behind all of this?
You've noticed right now we're in a space where there's a lot of women empowerment.
Yeah.
Women are financially independent, they're educated, and they are more prone to make decisions. Before, a woman felt they had to wait and have things come at them, but now women are taking charge. And if a woman is in that space and they meet a man who is open-minded, then that's a good combination, because the man might not, have an issue with being proposed to.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a caller?
Yeah, there's a caller coming in. We have Willie. Winnie, sorry. Winnie, good morning.
Good morning. I'd like to contribute to today's topic.
Go ahead.
Okay, for me, what is a woman doing on her knees proposing. She should be on her knees praying or doing something else. So, ladies, please, if men are the most decisive people ever, that's why they have the same football team. It will lose, they'll still go back and support it. That's how decisive they are. They aren't like us. We are the most indecisive, and we can learn to love in the process. So if he isn't proposing, he doesn't want to. That's the fact. And men are not that shy, trust me. When they ask for, you know what they ask for women. They are quite clear. So women, your needs are supposed to be for praying, and you should work on yourself until you meet the guy who has the guts to ask you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Willie.
Exactly. We say the woman should position to be found.
So just position yourself. You can throw hints. But as she said, men are the most decisive people. Which I actually kind of agree to that, because it's very hard to find a man who's not sure. You know, every decision they make, it's just because they're logical, right? So would you agree that...
But maybe she can confirm this. There are people, depending on upbringing, someone or grew up where they were shaken or maybe tortured. You find that they don't know how to make a decision right. So you find that maybe they can be helped. If you find that is like Shane, you are the strength. Like you say that most women now are very strong financially, they are educated and that. And a man will love a woman, but it's like, at this strength, where am I going? That's inferiority complex, you see. So you may look at, do I enter or do I not enter? And maybe you feel it is time, it's okay. Me, I am not saying yes, but I'm saying we have all. So it's a Cosmos platform. Let's talk about everybody, how you feel it. If you feel you should go.
Just do it. But Nelly, do you believe when a man knows, they know?
I do believe when a man knows, they know. Because they're very good at choosing cars. They're very good at sticking to their football teams. They do not wake up today to their Manchester, tomorrow they're Arsenal. They're like Manchester.
Okay, Philemon from Burmet. Philemon, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your take, Philemon?
My take is, I propose that a woman should propose to marry a man.
You think it's okay? For you, you feel it's fine?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah? Do you have a reason behind that?
Pande yangu, nilipendana na wangu.
Okay.
Tukakaa for 3 to 4 years. But she wanted not to propose, but I proposed to marry him, to marry her. Ni vizuri sana kwa mwanaume kumpenda na kumpropose aoe mwanamke rather than mwanamke ampropose mwanaume.
Kwa hivyo sijakuelewa, unakubali kuproposiwa by a lady ama unakataa? Because you said yes, but then kwa explanation yako it's like you're saying no.
Namkataa ni propose ni moe.
Unakataa?
Ni propose lakini nampenda kumpropose yeye.
Ya kuambie tu alafu uta propose. Okay. I communicate. Sawa, asante sana. The other messages that have come in, there are many. Okay. Mtu amesema show inabamba, mimi nilikatiwa na nikaelewa alifanya due diligence, akaona nitachukuliwa. At first nilikuwa na ringa akinishow ananitaka, baadaye akaniambia anataka tuishi pamoja. She has been very respectful, submissive, and life in our marriage is so sweet. It can work, though not for all. This is one example where the lady huyu kwanza anasema aliona nitachukuliwa. Akaamua yeye mwenyewe, you know. She's going to initiative. I take initiative.
There's something I don't want to forget about the Rurasho issue that you said. Do you know there are cultures where it's a woman family that pays the man to marry?
I think the Hindu.
Not even the Hindu. There are many.
In the African
In fact, the word dowry does not mean that a man comes to pay the family of the lady. Dowry is when the woman's family carries wealth and properties to the man's family. So that when the girl comes, they find something to eat.
Oh,
Yes,
so we've
but
reached
bride price is when the man pays to the woman's family.
Okay.
But usually say we are paying dowry, but we are not paying dowry.
It's bride price.
So there's nothing wrong with when they come and say we have come for your son to marry our daughter because
But
they're
I'm
coming
just
to pay
trying
dowry.
to look at how realistic that is. You know, if there's someone out there who has that perspective, you can call in and let us know about that. Whereby, as the lady, you guys went and said we want your son's hand in marriage. I would really love to hear that.
I don't know if that is done in Kenya, but those who pay dowry.
That would happen because you know you can't just up and undo culture all at once. So like the man has said, it worked for them. Like in the setup of the home, I don't think he went to his parents and said she approached me.
Okay, we have someone from Nyandarua. Kamau, good morning.
Morning to you, ladies.
Morning. Tueleze, what's your take?
Yes.
Sijisikilize Kamau.
Oh yes, I was there. And I'm back.
Okay.
Nisema it's good for a man, for a lady to marry the man who loves you.
Yeah.
Than the man, than the lady. It's good to marry the man who loves you.
Yeah.
Than the
yule ambaye wewe unampenda.
You love. Kwa sababu you know a man is always decided kwa yule mtu anataka.
Wewe Kamau unaweza kubali kuproposiwa?
Hapana.
Umekataa?
Mimi kwanza already niko na decision, nataka the size of the lady I want, the color, the character, and so on.
Na yule ambaye anakukujia pengine si ni mtu mko kwa relationship na yeye, so it's exactly mwenye unataka, kama ni color vile umesema, the character. So if she has all the qualities, why not?
No. Kwa sababu unajua mimi I'm in a marriage for more than 32 years.
Oh.
Yes. Na yule nilioa kwanza ni hata hatuku date muda mrefu, nilienda direct na kumwambia ndio ati nataka kuoa.
Okay.
Kwa sababu alikuwa na all the mimi nilikuwa na vitu tano hivyo nilikuwa nataka kwa mwanamke.
Oh. That's what we're saying, when a man knows, they know.
They know. Yes, I wanted the age. He fitted the age I wanted.
Yeah.
He fitted the color I wanted.
Very specific about color.
Hapo kwa kala amesisitiza lazima kala ingekuwa yenye yeye anataka, but yeah, I think when a man knows, they just know. They just know. This is Nicholas from Kisumu. So on the topic, I would like to say that it is better when a woman proposes than a man. See, a man always has feelings for every woman, but for women it is different. So when a woman proposes, that is a sign of pure love and true friendship.
Wow.
That's an interesting one. What do you think?
A true view.
Yeah. Because according to him, men love almost everyone, but women not.
According to him, men are not genuine.
Not everyone.
According to him,
according to him, men are not genuine.
Yeah.
So it's more genuine when a woman proposes. But, it all goes back to personal beliefs. If I'm not comfortable with it, it doesn't matter what we say. I'll still won't be comfortable with it. But if I am, I'll be more open-minded. So at the end of the day, it depends on the two, the couples and what they think. There's a man who will take it as, like the lady's trying to take the lead, and they will not go for that. There's a man who might just take it, like it's true love, like some are saying, and they're open to it. And then, after the kneeling down, that's not like the end of it. What happens after? Will there be the respect? If the roles are turned completely, then it won't work. But if I propose, and once we get into the marriage, I'm submissive, like the gentleman who said that it's working, the roles the African roles that we are used to
Remain
are
the
still
same.
intact.
Yeah.
So it didn't change anything. Just the fact that the woman decided you had to end.
Yeah, it's about time. Mimi, yeah.
Atachukuliwa.
Atachukuliwa.
Yeah.
Ooh, there seems to be someone who wants to propose to Nelly. Yeah, that's how I was saying, the lady with the white shoes. Naomba nambari yake. Naomba namba. Shaona baadaye kama taking initiative. That's what we're talking about, you know. But now just, you know, as we all agree that times have really changed. So don't you think communication should be top priority? Because yes, there's this man I love, we've been dating, it's been long, and then there's societal pressure, left, right, center. Oh, Vivian, you're already 30. Kwani, you know, your mom home is like, nataka mjukuu jamani, and whatnot. And you know there's this man that you love, and you know for sure this man loves you. Lakini, ha take the step, I guess you just talk to them and let them know that, Vivian. Yes, let's... Oh, okay. Let's take this other caller, Njeri from Kericha. Njeri, good morning.
Good morning.
Tuambie, tuelezee. Yes, Njeri.
Good morning. My feedback is on it that I would rather a woman, okay, for me a woman can propose. Good morning. My feedback is...
Jerry, tunakusikia, tafadhali wacha kujisikiliza, mute your TV.
Okay. A woman can propose like nowadays we are all like tunaona kama girl child ndio ako. Girl child is not the prize. A woman can propose because we've been in a relationship with this guy na ninampenda na I'm sure ananipenda. So why not? I can propose. I don't see the harm in it.
Yeah, you don't see the harm in it.
Yeah. Okay. And there is more to dating than love na nini. So if I'm seeing the potential with this guy, I'll propose kwa sababu what if me lose a good person for me being all feminine and stuff.
Na mbona yeye propose? Kwa nini yeye propose? Njeri?
Thank you.
Okay, Njeri ameamua, yeye mimi nimeamua naweza propose. Kama yeye propose.
Kama anachelewa hataenda.
There's something you were saying.
Yeah, like from what she said, I feel like relationship dynamics vary from one relationship to another. And they usually say relationship haina formula. Like whatever works for you might not work for me, might work for the next and all that. But me, I believe we should have these conversations during the dating stage. Like initial, you know, you tell me your favorite color. Let's have these conversations. Finances, marriage, children. Because unasikia kuna child free and all that.
Yes.
Because these things I feel like later on bring conflict. For you to get to a stage now, you're in a desperate position. You have to propose. This man is not bringing in marriage. I feel like if this conversation was had initially, you would know the stand of your man has according to these topics. You know.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that.
I would want us to take the term desperation out of it because it will make it seem like those who did it, that was the reason, and maybe it wasn't. Yeah, people who could propose because they're feeling the need to force issues and like, you know, lock this down. But some cases it's just natural progression of the relationship. So the fact that you are viewing it in such a negative term makes it even a very difficult conversation to have. Because if I'm very open-minded, I'm thinking it's okay, I'll shy away from talking about it because I know the minute I mention I can do it, the first word that will come to mind is desperation. And it doesn't have to be the case. Yeah.
Okay, Richard from Busia. Richard, good morning. Richard, Zima, mute your TV and talk to us. Good morning.
Good morning to you all.
Morning. Tueleze, what's your view?
Yes. Good morning.
Yes, Victor.
Yes.
Yes.
My name is Richard. Yes, mainly I suggest a lady is not supposed to propose to a lady, to a man. simply because if a lady proposes to you and you not propose to her, there is a problem ahead of you, ahead of a lady, ahead of a man.
What
Because
kind of
this time
problem?
round, unapata msichana amekuja kwa mwanaume akipropose na mwanaume alikuwa na lust. There's a between lust and love.
Yeah.
Are you getting me clear?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, so there's a problem between love and lust.
Okay.
So mwanamke aliona mtu unajua kama hata for example let us mean like a state house. Wanataka wanakuja wakisema tutafanya hii, tutafanya hii, tutafanya hii, tutafanya hii. Then wakishaingia tu state house anageuka maneno yake alisema. So wakati ambaye mtu anakuja kwako, kwanza angalia huyu mtu anasema nini, nia yake ni nini. Kwanza soma, usiende ukatalie kwa mtu all along you will cry. That's why this time round there's a problem on lady side. Unapata wewe mwanamke amekufa amefanya alijipeleka ye mwenyewe. It's a good for a man to propose to a lady, because if a man propose to a lady and you, I pray that God to help you to understand the man you with. You understand your relationship. Huyu mtu wale saa zingine ukikataa hii anafanya nini? Sasa kwa hapo because of sex. And you are beautiful, you look nice, you look wow, anakuja. Wewe unajua sisi wanaume we trap with the how you look like, how a lady look like. Lakini ladies fall with our words. So hiyo ndio nakula wasichana. Wao wanaamini neno letu, maneno ambayo yanatoka kwetu mazuri, mdomo mtamu, lakini sisi we trap with how you look like.
Okay.
So me, I say it is good for a man to propose to a lady, not a lady to propose to a man.
Okay.
If you propose to a man, there's a problem ahead. Because mwanaume atasema, wewe ndio ulilazimika kwangu. Siku moja utakosana naye atakwambia. Ndio mimi nilikwambia ndio wewe ulikatalia kwangu. Wewe ndio ulikatalia, ningefanya namna gani?
Yeah.
It is too late.
Okay. Thank you so much, Richard. Richard amesema don't do it. Do not do it. Kwa sababu it will bring problems huko mbele.
First impression remains.
Yeah?
First impression remains.
Yeah, kwa sababu yeye anaweza kuwa yuko in this relationship because of lust, as he's put it. I'm just there because of what I'm getting out of this relationship. But sitaki tu ikuwe ati ndo the solid relationship. So wewe ukipropose, mimi niseme tu for the sake of it, lakini nayo nitashinda nikikumbusha. Ukumbuke ni wewe ndo ulitaka kukwama hapa. So don't ask me questions when I
was your project.
Yeah.
No, we have been told not to use the word desperation.
Yeah.
But I stand my ground. I stand my ground. Because I feel like most women, you know, it's not that we are in love, now let's get married, you know, I'm proposing. It's usually like time is running out. You know, I need to have kids. I'm 30 something. I want to settle down. I want the commitment to, you know, I want the relationship to transition to marriage. So it's always, when a woman proposes, it usually just comes, it just has a percentage and 80 of desperation. It's never out of love and wanting to commit. So that's why I'm thinking it's just good, have the conversation, like bring the topic on the table and let the man decide.
Let the man decide.
Most men don't want to commit themselves in issues. They don't want a responsibility. Only when you are fully married, it's a full responsibility. There are so many people living, we don't want to call it cohabitation. Also.
We have someone else. We have someone else before we get to wind up. We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? Give us your views.
My name is William. I'm calling from Narok.
Yes, William.
And sometimes we see that men, it's always men that propose to women. But at times, I think women can also propose at times when we have maybe there are problems in the marriage or in the relationship. You see, mostly kuna kama the ladies wanasema uli propose like when ulisema tukue kwa relationship. So unaishia, unaona mtu anasema eti kama wakati wa kupata zile mashida na kuachana, watu wanagombana sana, alafu mostly blame inaenda kwa wanaume kwamba ukichukua majukumu ya kupropose. So wakati mimi naona kama if the ladies propose to, wataona kama ni jukumu lao kwenye hiyo relationship.
Okay. So for you, you're open.
You should take a responsibility.
Yeah.
Kwa sababu ni maelewano ya watu wawili and then ni kupendana. So if you think the person is taking too long, maybe it is good to propose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then hapo nafikiri kule maisha yakisonga mbele hakutakuwa na blame ya kwamba you did this or you wanted us to do this. So everybody wanted it, and mostly when the ladies suggest, we feel so much that we're in love.
All right, that's a good perspective too. So according to him, you know, it's okay for a lady to, and I love the fact that we're hearing most, you know, a number of men agreeing to the idea. Because even as I was coming to this conversation, I thought every man who would call would be like, no way, no way, you know?
You know, I think the most important thing that we need to take away from this is communication. If you understand how your partner thinks, then you'll know if it's okay for you to propose or not. If my thought is that a man should be the one to propose, if you do it, I'll take it as a form of emasculation. It will not go well for you.
Yeah.
But if I'm open-minded and we've had conversations, you know, you don't just do something. There's like teasers. You've had conversations, maybe you've asked, what would you do if I propose? And you hear their responses. So you'll know, is my man open-minded or not? And also, you have scenarios where, you know, are we really ready for marriage? Or am I the one who's going to force issues? Because it's supposed to be very mutual. Because even for a man, let's even take away the gender. Even before a man proposes to a woman, they don't just do it.
Yeah.
They do their research. They know, is this woman going to say no or yes?
That's true.
The same case would should apply for the woman. Like, do your research, understand their perspective. If you know your man is very like traditional, don't do it. It will not work in your favor, and it could even make the man step back. And maybe he was ready to do it. He was just taking his time. So understand your partner before taking the move. But I don't feel it should be our place to decide if someone does it, it was wrong or right, as long as from their perspective, they were doing it for the right reasons.
Okay, we have Daniel from Kitale. Daniel, morning.
Morning to you.
All right, talk to us.
Yeah, the conversation is good. And I agree with what you're proposing about a lady proposing.
You're okay with a lady going down on their knee?
Yeah, because you see now the world has changed.
Yeah.
Since the time the ladies from this Beijing thing, from there things changed.
Yeah.
And the men cannot say it is wrong, because in any marriage things can go wrong.
Okay.
Whether the man proposed, it can go wrong.
That's true.
And
Does
if
it
the
have...
lady proposes and there's a problem, it will go wrong. So it will depend on how the two of you agree.
Does it have any maybe effect on your ego when your woman proposes to you, or it has nothing to do with the ego? It won't affect your ego in any way?
It won't. It won't. It won't at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you take the lady, it's the same way. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
When you take the lady and propose to her, it's the same way the lady will propose to you. So you will take her to your house, to your place. So I don't see anything wrong there.
Okay.
It depends on how.
Yeah. I want to set this scenario for you. So the lady is proposing to you, right? And they've made sure they've brought your friends. You know, see the same way that a man would propose to a girl, atajipanga, maybe ataleta marafiki zake kadhaa wakuwe hapo, some family members. Would you also be open to her doing the same? Akuje alete marafiki zako, some family members being there, and then she goes down on one knee and asks, will you marry me?
It is okay.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a modern man.
That's a modern man for sure. Thank you so much for your contribution. Times have clearly changed.
I'm really impressed by our Kenyan men, by the way.
You were not expecting that.
I did not.
And it's nice that there are people who are that modern, because I really insist on us moving from the view of if a woman is modern and they take the initiative, like there is something lacking. You really need to be open-minded.
Yeah. Okay. I want to read some of the messages that have come in. Oh, they're coming in. They're quite a lot. Okay, let me see how many we can go through. It is good for a man to propose, because when it comes on time, when it comes to times of mashida, it's him who can fight for his marriage isivunjike. Alete his sweet words kusimamisha tena ndoa yake, ambembeleze mwanamke sana ndio the marriage to stabilize. So for him, he thinks it's supposed to be the man, because even when times are tough, yeye ndo anafaa kuwa anaisimamisha. Someone said it all boils down to finances. A man will not propose without finances to marry a woman. A woman can propose when she has the finances or not.
Okay. That's a different perspective.
Yeah. There's another one here. It seems a bit awkward for a lady to propose to a man, because generally a man was created to dominate. And these leadership qualities should start all the way from the relationship all the way to marriage. A lady is a companion, msaada wake. Msaada wake utakujia kwa marriage. Hii mambo ni wasomane dalili, then jamaa chape mistari. Yeah. There's another one here. Victor from Machakos anasema hapo kwa dem kuproposia mwanaume mi siko. It may look as if I'm weak na inaweza leta shida. Uanze kuniambia na bibi ni wewe ndio bibi, ni mimi nilikuoa. Interesting perspectives for you, for sure. There's another one here saying, good morning, this is Ogare Tyson from Migori. It is very okay for a lady to propose to a man. Actually, I'm waiting for a lady to propose to me. Ni juu sijapata mtu mniombe. Okay. Very interesting. But I feel like some of you are joking, eh?
Yeah, he's speaking from his heart.
Speaking from his heart, eh? Tumuombe apate mtu ambaye.
Unasikia kabisa they are different.
Yeah,
true.
They are cultural people. They are that one and no. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I think people are evolving how things that they do believe in, because of when time imeenda, now we're in the modern era. People are evolving. People are open-minded. I love that Kenyan men, like a good number, I feel like a good number, are open to the idea.
Yeah.
In fact, they love it.
Yeah.
Like Daniel here.
Daniel is very okay.
Very okay.
You know?
That was really, really
the fact that he said he's even open to you bringing his friends. You know the way proposals happen?
Know.
Like when wenzake, the friends are there, and then now lady, like he feels it's fine.
It's okay.
And it's good to
There's
know.
a caller who mentioned something very important. Things could go wrong either way. So it's more important on how the marriage goes after the proposal and not just who proposed.
Yeah.
So you might be so stuck on who went on the knee, but then, like, did you guys stand together after that? So even what happens after matters.
Even there are those who don't propose on the knee. Not only through the knee that people propose.
Yeah, plus the knee is something westernized. I don't think our forefathers used to go on one knee.
Well,
I bet they had their ways of asking someone to marry them.
Just comes and tells you, I want to marry you.
Yeah. So even this aspect of the knee.
No, they are not.
And I hear others, they would just like hijack you, like kidnap you and go with you.
So put you on the back and run.
So as much as we're talking about culture and the roles, even the going on the knee is something new. It's just that we have also brought it into like our culture. So the same way that came in is the same way maybe, you know, new things might come up. I'm not saying I would do it, but if someone does it,
it's okay.
It's okay.
All right. Well, this has been quite a conversation.
Let me just say this one as we close.
Very quickly. We need to wind up.
What I was saying is that it may be the reason why someone is trying to propose is maybe they feel time is going on and you feel there is no change which is coming. So also to come out, don't take 6 years in a dating. Are you dating? A child should be in standard 1. Don't wait because time is moving. There's a biological clock which is not waiting for you. Don't Don't waste your time just waiting for someone to go on the knees.
All right.
You can
Thank
change.
you so much, ladies, for joining us for this conversation. It has been such a good one. Thank you so much, Jane. Thank you so much, Nelly, and thank you so much, Pal. And thank you to each and every one of you who has taken time to also contribute and give their views on this conversation, or also send in their questions. And for you who has been watching, we say thank you. And by the way, we already have a topic for next week, I think. What if we talk about, would you rather marry someone you love or someone who marries you? That will be our conversation next week on Monday. My name is Vivian Dagwa. This is where we end Family Check as well as Good Morning Kenya. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing. Goodbye.